federal gasoline and diesel taxes.
Today I'm speaking with Janet Kavinoky, Executive Director for Transportation and Infrastructure at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Janet.
Good morning.
You know, last June of last year, Congress passed MAP 21, which is the big highway funding bill, highway transit safety. Tell us what that bill entails in brief, if you could, and what it will do for the supply chain and logistics industry.
Sure. Well, MAP 21 stands for Moving Ahead for Progress in the 21st Century. It's a 2-year funding and policy bill, and it will provide roughly $50 billion a year in funding for highways and for public transportation and safety. Now, that's not an increase over previous years. Congress could not find the money to actually provide increased funding for transportation. But what they did do was institute some pretty significant reforms which we think will drive down the cost of doing projects.
Is the gas tax and other highway-related taxes still the primary way for funding?
Yep. Today, federal gasoline and diesel taxes, which haven't been raised since 1993, are the primary funding source for the Federal Highway Trust Fund. The problem is that we have not kept pace with inflation. We've not kept pace with needed growth in spending, and we're looking at a pretty big hole in transportation in 2015. Just in order to pay for previous obligations that states have made, this is a reimbursable program. States spend the money, then they get reimbursed by the feds. Just to have enough money to reimburse some of those large capital projects could require as much as a 90% cut in transportation spending in 2015. So we can't ignore this revenue problem any longer.
I want to shift gears just a minute and talk to you a little bit about the importance of grassroots advocacy in this area.
Washington's a little different today than it's been, and it's evolved in the 20 years that I've been working there. It used to be that as an advocate, you could have good relationships with your representatives. You could talk to them about things like the economic importance, and they'd look at you and they'd say, "That's great, I'm getting a lot of good information from you." Today, I walk into a member of Congress's office and they say to me, "You know, I know transportation investment's important, but until I start hearing it from the people at home, I'm not going to worry about it." So it becomes more important than ever that individuals, but also employers, leaders in communities, whether you're the mayor or the head of the Kiwanis Club, or you're part of the Economic Development Authority, or you're an employer, you might have 10 employees, but you need to talk to your members of Congress and tell them they've got to prioritize reforming and investing in our infrastructure.
Great information, a lot of food for thought. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
I've been speaking with Janet Kavinoky of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for watching.